we have two more great speakers coming up. One is Julien. I'm going to introduce him now, and then we have a 3D pen demo, which I'm really looking forward to. We've been playing with it backstage. I really want one. It's really cool. You'll see. It's 3D printing made as easy as it can be. Julien Smith is someone I've been following online for many years. He's the author of a few books, which are all bestsellers: Trust Agents, The Impact Equation, and The Flinch, that I really advise you to read, especially since it's free. You can go and download it online and get it on your Kindle, and it's an eye-opening book. You really should read it. Anyway, Julien is not here to talk about his books. He's coming here to launch his startup, and it's called Breather. And without further ado, I'd like to welcome Julien to launch his startup. Julien Smith. Thanks for choosing LeWeb to launch, Julien.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Hi, my name is Julien Smith. It's funny, Lisa just showed those pictures of the Dixie bikes, which are Montreal hometown favorite. That's where they first were, and now they're all over the world. Soon we hope that the rest of the sharing economy is going to be all over the world. But let's start with a simple idea. Talk about the city. The city is an amazing thing. The city is fundamentally the center of everything that we do. It's going to continue in the future. It's going to become bigger than ever. Has a lot of advantages. Naturally, first thing is convenience. I was in New York City in a hotel room last month, and I was able to order a meal from my phone. It came to my hotel room, already paid for. Everything was already taken care of. Only in cities can something like this happen. I can also order a taxi cab in pretty much any city in the world now from my phone. Again, it continues. Access. Access to the world's, maybe not the best coffee, but some of the best coffee in the world, literally flown across the world for you. And you have access to it inside of cities, as well as opportunity. Opportunity exists because of the density of people, and so largely cities have everything that we need and very few downsides. But there is one downside, and it's weird actually, because the downside is the very thing that makes the city what it is, which is people. Cities have a lot of people. And they have so many people continuously growing at a rate of over 1.5 million people a week. I don't know where we're putting them. In fact, nobody does. We don't know where they're going. We don't know what's going on with them. They're moving into cities like this one, like New York, and into cities in the developing world at an unprecedented rate. And we like people, we just don't like them all the time. That's the problem. We have access to them when we want them, but when we don't want them, they're still there. And that cannot be good. But more importantly, it exerts an incredible pressure on the city. The city itself is an organism. It's an organism. And so organisms evolve. That is the natural things that they do. And so as a result, a city also has to evolve. And the question is not, will a city evolve? Of course, it's gotten to the point that it is here today because of its evolution. The question is what is it that a city will become? Or more importantly, what does it have to become in order to be able to support all of this stuff? Now, there are some theories. And since evolution is fundamentally something that happens under pressure, and the pressure is people, then what the city has to do is to solve the problem of people, which is very weird to say, because the greater the density of the city is, the more opportunity there is, the more convenience, the more everything that we want. Unfortunately, it lacks private space. And this is maybe the way, this is maybe the one thing that we're going to need in the future more of than anything, is private space. And it's actually the very thing that we continue to lack. And by private space, I mean literally a room of your own. A room you can use that is yours. You could do whatever you want in. That's actually very hard to get. If you're in that country, it's great. You have access to a ton of space. Space is accessible everywhere. And you can use it, but unfortunately, none of the advantages of the cities come to you. If you live in the city, you live in a box. You have access to everything, but fundamentally, you also have a huge problem. So how do we solve that? How do we solve private space in a city increasing in population all the time? Private space is broken. It does not work for its citizens. When you're away, if you're a tourist like I am today in London, my options for private space are few and far between. It's basically my hotel or it's Starbucks. And Starbucks isn't really what I need most of the time. It offers the coffee, again, some of the greatest coffee in the world, but it doesn't actually offer the space that I want. It offers me a tiny seat and maybe a wall outlet, if I'm lucky. Scrambling for wall outlets in the middle of the day is sort of an easy thing that we understand. Now, if we're a local, it's a lot better. Now, here I have double the opportunity. Either I have my home or I have my office. And again, there's Starbucks. Everywhere I go. It's my #1 choice. The only reliable Wi-Fi in the city, as a matter of fact. So that's how it is right now. But when you need space, physical space, it seems like the current solutions don't work. There are no good solutions. You need a phone call, and you need to be quiet, forget about it. My personal favorite is walking down the street, having a phone call, and having a siren blare past me because of a police car or something else. Optionally, I could have a meeting. Again, my choice is Starbucks. Everywhere I go, if I need to work and I'm on the go, Starbucks. So the solution is to invent something. It doesn't have to be something grandiose. It doesn't have to be something, oh my God, totally new. But it has to fit with existing structures in order to solve the problem. Starbucks is just not going to cut it. And neither are hotel lobbies. We need something better. And we don't always need privacy. It's just that when we need it, we want it very badly. At the end of the day, at a conference like this, you're going to find yourself in that kind of position. Looking around and going, where can I get just a hole to crawl into? Well, what are we going to invent to solve that? It has to be something small. We don't have a choice because we know that in the future, everything is as small as it can be. It's the reason Twitter works. Twitter works because it is the smallest possible solution. And in the future, especially in the sharing economy of the future, everything has to be small and agile in order to work. It has to be frictionless, which means it has to be as easy as, it has to be the most easy transaction possible in every way. It has to fit inside the cracks of a city, but more importantly, it has to fit inside of society. And fitting inside society just means that the rules of society are being broken and bent because society is not used to the sharing economy. It's used to me being in a theater and then walking up to an empty seat and saying, "Excuse me, is that seat taken?" But that is a fundamental awkwardness that needs to go away. And technology can help those things. So it needs to be easy. It needs to be just as easy as me being able to order a meal on my phone, as easy as me being able to rent a taxi on my phone. And so the real question is, why can I not get private space through my phone? It seems crazy. It seems kind of radical, actually. It seems like something that the ability to walk through a city and at any time to order private space is something that could be new. And it could work if we could find a way to make it work. So that's why today we're launching a company called Breather. Breather is a network of beautiful spaces inside of a city. You can use the spaces whenever you want and wherever you want, and you can unlock them with your phone, if you remember. The app works today. You can use them for 30 minutes. You can use it for half a day. You can use it for whatever it is you want. But fundamentally, what the spaces provide is peace and quiet on demand, whenever you want. The ability to meet, to get work done, the ability to rest, the ability to get some private time, some downtime. The spaces are safe and clean. And they're whenever you want, and more importantly, they're wherever you need them to be. It seems kind of crazy that an app on a phone, there it is, on my phone, could unlock hundreds of spaces in a city whenever you wanted to for a reasonable fee. But it's real. And soon it will happen to the city that you live in. When it happens, you will never be able to look at a city in another way again. You will go to a city that does not have private space on demand, and you will be like, this city is backwards. Just the same way that ordering a taxi in a regular way now kind of seems backwards. So, private space anytime, anywhere. Unlocked with your phone. It is crazy to try and do something like this. It is not easy, but we're going to do it anyway. We're going to do it anyway because it needs to be done. It is what cities need, and since it is what a city needs, it is what must happen to a city for it to work. Cities will become broken without the ability to get private space on demand. The city has no choice but to evolve, and so this is what we think the city will evolve into. I want us to take the time to work to reinvent the city together, because it's not just one person or one company that can do this. It has to be a group. It has to be people that care. Can I get the video?
Evolution. It's inevitable. And the internet makes it happen even faster. It transforms industries, making them flexible and versatile. Your desktop becomes your phone. Newspapers are beaten to the punch by Twitter. Everything is becoming faster and more agile. Change is accelerating. Population is growing. And with 50% of the world's people in cities, everything has to become smaller. It doesn't have a choice. Private space is more valuable than ever. There's room everywhere, but it's all locked up. This is why we made Breather. Breather finds beautiful space for you. Space that's private, where you can work and relax. Space you can unlock with your phone. We are where you are. We're in buildings you walk by every day, in places you travel to and live. Soon, you'll be able to find us, and through us, dozens of places to chill, work, and rest. In the future, it'll be easy. It has to be.
Okay. Slide deck? Or not. One more thing. Soon, in select cities, Breather will become available for you. So that if you have a phone, a smartphone, you will be able to open it, and with the touch of a button, unlock any space near where you are. This is the sharing economy at its possibly the most radical and stretched out that it could be. But we think that it's possible. You can use the space for whatever you need. You can unlock it with your phone. Try it when it comes to you. We promise that you'll like the result. Thank you.
Je sais plus qui.